I mail in my renewal forms with copies of important documents that are needed for verification. Some states let you renew your benefits online, but other states require you to reapply in person. Just contact your health plan and ask how to renew your benefits. They'll help walk you through it. Next question. Very important. If you don't renew in time, you will lose your Medicaid coverage, but you can find more information on Aetna-BetterHealth.com. Just select your state's health plan, or you can call the member services number on the back of your ID card. In fact, it's almost time for me to renew. I'm gonna check right now.
Hi, this is Wilman Zuyada, and I'm so excited to be joined by Alyssia Johnson, the acclaimed actor, model, and boy can she sing, especially in church. Alicia, it is so nice to finally meet you.
It's great to meet you too, Will. Aren't you so handsome?
Oh, you're very nice. You're very beautiful yourself.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Alicia, where were you born and when did you realize that you wanted to be a part of the arts?
I was born in Medford, Massachusetts. I was born and raised there. For the arts, it's always been a feeling in my heart that I've always longed for. Now I'm 29 and I just felt like giving it my all. And that's why I left Boston, quit my full-time job and moved to New York because I won a scholarship for the Lee Strasberg Theater and Film Institute. So I was very blessed that way. And to me, acting and storytelling has always I was always drawn to that. Even though I went to college for something completely different, I studied sports and movement science.
Wow.
Sam State. So I didn't even go to school for acting or anything like that. I took like 3 classes when I was an undergrad. And then after undergrad, I just went into working in the health field and I took like little workshops, like 6-week workshops for on and off for the past couple of years, several years. And then the pandemic happened and it just it pushed me a little bit more to really like, you only live once. I don't know what's going to happen after this. Like everything is just changing. So I was just like, I'm just going to quit my job, my stable job, and I'm just going to move to New York.
Alicia, and thank goodness you did. And I love that. I think you're a perfect example of an artist who risks it all because you wanted to go after your bliss in that childhood dream to be a part of it. New York, New York. How hokey can you get with me, Alicia? I'm curious, during this time, obviously these past 18 months have been tough for all humans, but especially artists. I'm curious what you were able to do during the pandemic to keep your creative juices flowing and just to remain as positive as possible.
I started, I always used to write in my journal anyways, but I started writing a little bit more like about my day, like how I feel today, what I'm grateful for, what are the gifts that God has given me throughout the day. I started doing that so I wouldn't go a little crazy because I had a lot of downtime and nothing was like really happening. I remember I would email my agent. I was like, is there any casting calls or anything? And he's just like, no. I'm like, okay. So I guess it was opportunity to like work on myself mentally. And I think with that, all that time in between of not working, I was working, let me take that back. I was working, I was considered a essential worker. I was working at a bank, but I was working every other week. So I think being at home made me realize that maybe acting was really more for me. Like I couldn't really find myself to go back to work full time like I was before. I never thought about it before. I didn't have so much time to think about it. And the pandemic like really helped me to really hone in, just like maybe there is something more than sitting in a cubicle staring at the ceiling when I'm talking to people. So I feel like during that, definitely that lockdown, I did a lot of binge watching.
Well, I was about to say, Alicia, as an artist, I'm sure, to keep your creative juices flowing as well. What were some of your favorite TV shows that you got to binge on?
Oh my God. I binge watched, oh my God, what was the name of it? The Haunting on Hill House.
Oh my, Alicia, Don't get me
I never even
started.
heard of it before until the pandemic. I'm like,
Are you obsessed with psychological thrillers like I
I
am?
love psychological thrillers.
What's your favorite one? What's your favorite movie?
I really love Seven. Oh, we're talking show or film?
No, film. I love film. Great. Let's do
Oh,
film.
okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking the one I really love the most. I love Seven.
I love Seven. I would say my favorite since I was 11. How creepy is this? Are you ready? Have you ever seen Rosemary's Baby?
Oh, yes. I saw the original. And I was very impressed at how creeped out I was by that, honestly.
I was 11 years old and I'm going around third grade, whatever, fourth, whatever it is. Everyone's like, Barney, I love you. You love me. I'm like, Rosemary's Baby. So anyway, I'm in block today, but that's another story for my therapist, Alicia. Listen, who is your favorite actor or actress and actress?
Okay. My girl, Viola Davis. I love her.
The best.
Love her.
She's a chameleon.
She is. That's why I love her.
And obviously, I'm sure you saw How to Get Away with Murder.
Loved her in that show.
Do you remember the episode when she's looking at the mirror and she's taking off the wig and wiping?
Yes, I think that was the first season. That was first season.
I was like,
everything.
I was like, she's an actor. And then of course I'm like, oh wait, I've seen her on Broadway before. Isn't it so stupid sometimes, like when you see actors on TV shows and you're like, they look so familiar. Oh wait, of course. They're like
Oh, you saw
best
her on
TV
Broadway?
actor. She's won, I think, 2 or 3 Tony Awards.
Yeah, I know she's a triple crown. I didn't know she was on Broadway. I became familiar with her when How to Get Away with Murder came out.
Me too. And then I was like, wait, she looks familiar. And then I'm like looking back on like literally my playbills. I'm like, oh my God, I saw her on Broadway.
Wow.
Anyway,
that's amazing.
I'm making this about me, Alicia. Who's your favorite actor?
Male actor. Who I've been watching the most lately? Besides Denzel Washington, I know it's such a cliche, but my mother has been obsessed with Denzel.
Why is that a cliche? I think
Phenomenal. I feel like everybody chooses him, and I'm just like one of those other actors that just choose. But I really do admire his work.
He's great. He's another, for me, like Denzel is like Viola Davis, like Meryl Streep, like Tom Hanks. There are very few chameleon actors out there, you know?
Yes, I agree with that.
And you admire that quality that
I do.
You know, in terms of those actors out there who are able to almost disappear into roles, and why? Why for you? Is that something
Why
that
for me?
like,
Oh, Al Pacino too. I forgot about that in Marlon Brando. Forgot to mention those two guys. For me, I love the idea of them able to step out of who they are and into this other character. But what I've come to realize is the characters that they portray are part of who their personality is.
There it is.
Outside, off the screen. You know, like Meryl Streep, she usually plays like the mother and the soft type of woman. And those are, if you look back, those are pretty much a lot of the roles she plays. Denzel has that alpha male, shoot you, kill your person. I mean, I'm sure he's probably not like that in real life, but there's probably that toughness inside him, even off the screen, which I like.
Absolutely, absolutely. Alicia, my final question for you, and actually before I get to it, I want to let everyone know, for more on the incredible Alicia, you can read more about her right below this video. Alicia, what are you most optimistic about in terms of the world as we slowly but surely open up?
I am hopeful that things will go back to normal, and that it will be like a new awakening for everybody. You know, I felt like the pandemic put us on pause and reevaluate our lives and about ourselves and how we see ourselves and other people. And I hope that continues on in a positive way. So that's my hope for the future, honestly. So I'm hoping it will continue on. So I wasn't sure how it was going to be in New York, but I've felt very embraced, and people actually want to be next to me. They're not, running across the street because I'm walking by. I'm I feel more welcomed, and I feel like people want to reconnect. You know, they miss that connection. And I was worried, I wasn't sure if people were interested in reconnecting how things were before, but I'm happy that I feel that people are longing for that human connection again.
Alicia, absolutely. I mean, even with this FENIX app, I've spoken with over 500 artists in 6 months all over the world. And the one common thing, in whatever language or creed or gender or whom they love or what language they speak, they all say the same thing. They are hungrier
Yes.
than ever to connect. And I'm so
Yes.
thrilled that we're now connected, that you're joining FENIX. And that I'm so excited that more people are going to get to know who you are and your incredible talent.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Will.
Hey, listen, I'm from New York. I say it like it is.
I know. I see you went to Boston too, Boston College.
I did. You did your research. I love that, Alicia.
I did.
We'll talk offline about Massachusetts. I love
Okay,
Boston.
okay.
It's my second home, and I'll start. And I'll
good.
stop talking like my Jewish aunt. I'll see you later, Alicia.
Okay, it was great seeing you and meeting you, Will. Thank you. Mwah.